Louisiana beer review Sol Chelada. This was introduced in 2019 for the United States market. What I mean is it was in Mexico for years, but it was brought out to the USA in 2019. It says it's certified kosher, and it's a 24-ounce can, serving size 12 ounces. So we got 2 servings. 3.5% alcohol by volume, so low alcohol really relative to most American beers. 158 calories per serving. That's not too bad. Imported by Cerveza Sol Imports, Fort Worth, Texas, which is Miller Brewing Company. That facility there in Fort Worth, part of Molson Coors Beverage Company. But it's brewed and canned by Cerveceria Cuauhtémoc Moctezuma, SADECV, Monterrey, Nuevo León, New Lion, Mexico, as opposed to the old Lion in the Kingdom of Spain. All right, anyway, so Heineken Mexico, also known as Cuauhtémoc Moctezuma, produces it in Nuevo León, Mexico. But Miller, meaning Molson Coors, handles the distribution in the United States. So it's very interesting. When I was in Mexico 6 years ago, I was going around Matamoros, and then I think I went to Nuevo Laredo. No, I didn't go to Nuevo Laredo that time. It was too much. The line was too long to get back in. But I went to Nuevo Progreso, and I think Camargo. Oh, I went to a number of Mexican towns and the city of Matamoros. And they had all kind of products we couldn't get here, like Tecate Titanium. We get that now, but it's a different version. The Titanium they had was 5.5. They had the Dos Equis Chelada. Never saw that in America. And the Sol Chelada. It had a lot of cheladas for common Mexican brands. And I said, I wonder if they'll ever sell that in the United States, Sol Chelada. Well, last year it arrived. Okay, date, guys. Best Buy date, June of 2020. Good. And the 268th day of 2019, I think it's saying. Okay. So these will be about a year on their Best Buy. Canned beer. Nah. Oh, forgot to shake it up. Like the cars, shake it up. Okay, not shake it, but roll it. You understand? All right. So it's going to be a little thinner, I think. And then the second glass later is going to be thicker because sometimes the sediment or the clam broth, the tomato juice will go to the bottom. So sorry about that mistake, but keep that in mind. What about salt? Probably. Now you see the head is going to fizz away. It's going to leave a rind, like a salt rind. It's pink. Yeah. It's fizzing. I told my friend Dave, you want to try that one? He made a face like, whoa. But he got a great deal on regular Sol, the 4.5% Sol. Tall cans like that, he got them for $1 a can. Or less. He got a crazy deal from Elio's Wine Warehouse. The aroma. Whoa. Now you get the Budweiser Clamato Chelada. You can maybe pick up the clams. But this one smells like when they clean in the sea. You know, when you're at a seafood market and it's like raw seafood and they got they're shucking the oysters and they got the clams and they got all the fish laid out that they're cutting and you smell all that. And it's not cooked. That's the aroma. Reminds me of Grand Isle, Louisiana on the coast. Something like that. So, whoa, if you're not into seafood or that kind of maritime smell. I don't think you're gonna like it. And kind of salt water. Oh boy. I'm not too sure about that aroma. The taste. Um, Salty. Needs salt. I think something like this would have to have salt. But that Modelo Sal y Limon, it was so salty. It was like drinking salt water. It was kind of gagging, really. They oversalted it, I thought. And I read other reviews, and everybody was saying the same thing. This stuff's got too much salt. This one has an appropriate level, I believe. Salt, tomato juice, and like straight up, I would say raw clams. Have I ever had raw clams? No. I've had raw oysters, similar type animal, sea creature. I don't know what to say except that I hope you like sort of a out front crustacean. I guess they're crustaceans. They live inside a shell. I'm thinking of like a crawfish or a lobster, but bivalve. The aroma's straight up raw seafood market. If you go to Hong Kong Market in Tarrytown, Louisiana, on Berman Highway, they got all this raw seafood, octopus, eels, every kind of crazy seafood, most of which I wouldn't eat. But laid out on ice, and the first thing you smell when you walk in there is, oh, all the seafood, Woof. And I think a lot of people might just cover their nose, turn around and leave. But I get used to it. But body's medium. The finish is actually kind of dry. It's not too sweet. Tomatoes, they're a berry, right? More than a vegetable. I think I read that. The etymology is they're really a type of berry, like a blueberry or a blackberry or a cherry. But people regard a tomato as a vegetable. Vegetable. People in New Orleans say vegetable. That's what they say. In some parts of New Orleans, in the city. Vegetables. Or vegetables. Vegetables, they'll say. Vegetables. And mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, vegetables. I don't know. It's different. Can't say it's bad. I never drink these kind of things anyway, aside from a review. I'll tell you the truth. I don't ever say to myself, oh, well, I just can't wait to drink some beer with tomato juice and clam broth in it. And I've had the oyster beer from Abita and some other companies where they got the raw oysters in it. And sometimes I had the chunks still in it. And I think in Mexico they'll be more inclined to eat things that will have the stronger seafood aromas and all of that kind of stuff, that kind of more pronounced stuff. I mean, I went to Nuevo Laredo, and one of their big things is the cabrito, right? The cabrito, the baby goat that they cleaned, and they got it like crucified on an X sticks over a crackling roaster fire. The cabrito, never had it. You walked in down the street and you look in the restaurants and they got the whole goat up there roasting cabrito. So I said, Anyway, I think that this is exactly what they wanted it to be. I think it would be very popular. I think it is very popular. I see a lot of people. There goes the refrigerator. Flavorful and refreshing. It is flavorful and refreshing. Well, I guess. Mix of Sol beer with tomato, And I guess it's 4.5, and then when they add the other stuff, it drops it to 3.5. Natural lime. Lime. There is more of a citrus thing, yeah, and spice flavors. Yes, there's spiciness here. I say salt, but there could be some other things. Yeah. Well, Cerveza Original de Mexico, and then Desde, and however you say 1899 in Spanish. 1899 Sol beer was introduced in the 19th century. Went through the whole 20th century, and here we are in the 21st century. It's a winner. You see the tall cans, and sometimes I see regular Sol, the Sun, tall cans. Okay, and to wrap this up, you go to the convenience store, they've got every kind of flavored and unflavored tall can on the racks, on the shelf, but usually on those racks. And Dixie beer is in play there too. 2 for $4, the tall Dixie. Well, it's like Roe Jimmy seems the common way to go, right? This is the thing. You go there, there's your tall cans, and when it's Anheuser-Busch, it's 25 ounces. You get an extra ounce. And it really is convenient at the convenience store because you can try all different types of things. And sort of like a little adventure every time you go over there. Yeah, you're going to pay more per ounce, but you're paying for the convenience of just trying it. And if you don't like it, you don't buy it. Can you get these in a 12 ounce? Yeah, a can in a 12 pack. Probably can somewhere. Beautiful can. I mean, it's super sharp. I love the can. Wow, they had a sale on these, so I got a discount. That's why I've been hesitating to buy. So score. Remember what I described. If the seafood thing is not your deal, oh man, don't even entertain it. But if you grow up in one of these coastal states like Louisiana, Florida, North Carolina, and you're around this kind of stuff all the time, you'd be kind of used to it. That saltwater raw seafood smell and experience thing. So I guess I'll score it. Taking all that into account, I'll go with 92. A minus. Not quite into A because just that maybe they could have perhaps taken the clams and say maybe use some char grilled, take clams and roast them some kind of way instead of what I'm perceiving as just raw. But anyway, 92 out of 100, A minus. And the interest experience, probably 100 out of 100 for being unusual, I guess. So, laissez-les bon temps relais. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.